Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do another Christmas candle. I'm going to use this container again with different colors and a different design. Alright, so let's just attack the wick first. Just gonna get some of this glue on here, attach it to the center. There we go. I'm just going to stabilize it here, just to keep it in place. Okay. Now we are going to prepare our first wax here. I already have a little bit of brown wax here in my pot. However, I think we're going to need some more. I'm just going to grab some of my extra wax here. I'm going to cover the bottom with a dark colored sauce kind of thing. Gonna make another dessert, a Christmassy one though. Just gonna add a little bit here. First we're going to melt it, and then we're going to give it a good coloring. Okay, you guys, so I melted my wax here. It's ready. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of brown granules so we can color it, as we did add some non-colored wax and that will thin out the color, the previous one that I had done. So let's just add some more here. Now we're going to color test it, just to make sure we have the desired color. It's quite dark, really love it, that's really nice. Okay, just going to add just a little squeeze, just to be sure that it's as dark as I want it. Because once it starts to set, it's going to lighten up quite a lot. Now I think that the color has been well incorporated. Just going to move this one here. Grab my glass. I'm just going to heat my glass just a little bit because it's quite cold and I don't want the wax to shock. And many times, often, if it's too cold, the glass, basically what we're going to have is frosting, and I don't want that. So I want to avoid it. I'm just going to heat it just a little bit. There we go. Just be careful with the heating gun, you guys, because it can get quite hot. Okay, so let's do our first pouring here. Just gonna pour it slowly into the center. Just going to check. That's perfectly fine. Only the first little layer we need. This is to imitate the little chocolate sauce bottom. Just going to put it over here, as it needs to set first. In the meantime, we can prepare the wax and our molds here. So we're going to cast some cinnamons and some dried oranges, and the sardine is here. What we're going to do is I'm going to color the cinnamon, and then we're going to color the oranges here. We're going to give it a bit more of a dirty orange color, because we want to imitate the dried ones there. Okay. So I'm going to grab my bowl. For this one, we're going to use a pillar wax. We need to use a harder wax, not like the one we are using in the bowl here. And yeah, we're going to color the desired colors we want. So I have some here casted. These were done with pillar wax. They were already orange colored. I want to melt them. I'm just going to add a gingerbread guy here and a ball. We're not going to use a lot. Most probably we're going to do just a few of these over several times, because I only have 2 molds, unfortunately. So we're going to leave them set and then we're going to do them again. So I'm just going to add a little bit extra just to make sure that we have enough. I think that should be fine. I'm going to melt this right now. I'm going to melt it to 70 degrees Celsius. And then we're going to add a little bit of brown color and see what color we're going to get. Okay, you guys, so now that I've melted the orange wax here, let's just try to give it just a little bit of the brown color and see how it works. Just one little flake, very thin one. You want to go slow on this process. I'm just going to test it in color. It's my first time doing it in this way, so it's very, no, still. Let's just give it another flake here. Color test it again. A little bit more. Going to color test it one more time. It's much better now. So I didn't incorporate the color too much. You can see the strings here a bit. I'm just going to do that a little bit on purpose just to see if it's gonna work and make it a little bit different. So I'm just going to pour it here. And the other one. Fill it up a good notch. I want to make it a little bit thick, not too thin. There we go. And now let's leave that to set as well with our candle here. In the meantime, now I'm going to prepare the other bowl because we need to fill the cinnamon and the starine is there. I already have some pieces here that I'd like to remelt. And this is the color that I really like, so I'm just going to add these here. There we go. Just gonna add a little bit of this. See if we can, no, like that, perfect. We can always color it a bit more if it's not enough. Let's just do this. Then we know we have enough wax as well. Okay, let's melt this over the bain-marie. Okay, you guys, so now the wax has melted. We can pour it into our mold here. Let's do the cinnamon sticks here. It's okay if you do spill a little bit because it's easier to get them out, to be honest, if you overfill them. Okay. Now let's just leave everything to set here. We're going to do them again, these little dried oranges. Yeah, and let's see how the result is going to be. But let's leave everything to set first, and then we can do another pouring. As you can see, you guys, you can see the color here, the little granules that I put in. I'm not going to stir it. I'm actually reheating that little batch that we had before. I'm not going to stir it. I'm just going to leave the color stay there. And then when we pour it, we will have that a little bit darker, spottish, dried oranges effect. Alright? Okay, you guys, so while the wax is melting over there, we're not going to demold the cinnamon sticks because they are still too warm. I'm just going to take the orange pieces here because we want to do the pouring. Hopefully they will release without damaging the rest. It's a really nice color, I like it. It's just, however, on these, that one, we didn't have that effect. So let's just see this one. So this one has a little bit. So I think we can manage to do it in some way. I'm just going to put them here. And I'm kind of curious about the next batch. Just going to take the excess out, so it doesn't get too stuck when we do the next pouring. Okay, so I'm being a bit slow here. You can see the color there. I'm just gonna see if it's gonna be better. Oops. Okay, that happens unfortunately, but it's okay. You can always scrape it off. But you can actually see the color here. It's actually a really cool effect, so I'm looking forward to see these two here. Definitely I'm going to try and give it another try. I'm gonna melt some more of the orange wax. I'm gonna add these two and let's try it again. Okay, you guys, I've melted another batch of the orange wax here. So we're going to do the same. We're going to color it so it's a bit of a dirty orange. Just gonna add a little bit of granules here carefully. Now we're gonna mix it in. I'm just going to color test it. Yeah, that looks like a dirty orange. It's great. So now we are looking for that effect. I'm just going to put this aside. Let me just check these, whether I can release them. I mean, even if they break in too, it's fine because we're gonna have to break them. Yeah, there we go. That is perfectly fine. Because we need them also in little pieces as well, and these things. I want to make it look as natural as possible. Okay, there's some excess there. I'll take this one out. So let's just add some granules to it. I'm just gonna give it a stir. Just some small ones, to be honest, nothing big. Just for them just to soak around in there. We're not going to stir it. I'm just going to leave it like that. Just let it sink in and release a little bit of color. Okay, like this. Perfect. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's already setting, so let's give it just a warm up, just a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I heated it up just a little bit, so let's do the pouring here. Just going to make it a little bit thicker. Okay, Great. All right, so let's leave that to set for now. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you something. So now I'm just going to take a small little granule here. I'm going to dump it on the wax here, which hasn't set yet. Just going to take it around in the wax, just to give it some shades here, just to color it in some certain places. There we go. Just gonna clean this one, just to clean it off, because otherwise it will stick. Now it's starting to set here, but that actually gives a really cool effect. Just going to do this quickly over here. That's another way of doing it. I think this is gonna give a little bit of a better result than the previous. Okay. It's kind of nice because we're going for a more natural look, not that orange fake look. Okay. Perfect. We can take out the starriness here, I think. Just chip off those extra edges here. Our candle here has set as well. How nice, lovely. Okay, this one we can take off. Okay, let's wait for the rest. Okay, you guys, so I think they have set pretty well. Let's just get out these cinnamon sticks. How nice. They're so realistic. I love these molds. Let's get out this one. And you took it out as well. Cute. Okay. Let's do these. A little bit easier now, once we have the sticks out. Like I said before, if they do snap in half, it's okay. Because we are gonna snap them in half anyways. You could see a bit of the coloring there. So it's not so perfect, you know, because they are not perfect in reality. So it gives it a little bit of an authentic look. Let's do the other one. Oh, already snapped that one. Well, it's okay. We can always use these pieces to decorate. They're still very decorative. Let's just be a little bit more careful here on this side. Don't want to smash it all. It's really stuck, this one. It really got stuck. It's okay. We'll make some use of it. All right, you guys, perfect. Off camera, I'm just going to pour another one just to have some extra because we need a little bit more. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. Okay, you guys, so now let's prepare for the whipping. We're going to use our wax here. I'm just going to pour in the soy and coconut wax that I'm using, and it's still a container wax. Just going to put plenty in here, and we're going to make a white whipping. So let's melt this wax and then we can cool it off and start whipping. Okay, you guys, so I've melted my wax now to 70-71 degrees Celsius, We're just going to leave it here to set on the side. In the meantime, while it's cooling off, we can start preparing our candle here with our decorations. I'm just going to take these pieces. I'm going to put them around the edge here. Give it a little squeeze just so for it just to stay there. I'm going to snap. I don't want the pieces to be exactly the same, so I just want to snap them and just put them a little bit differently from the other. And then move on to the next. Just get them in there nicely. Snap this one too. And let's snap off the other one as well here. Make it the last piece. All right, perfect. Just put a little bumpy there. Okay. Then we have something left for the top decoration. Great. I'm just going to put it here on the side. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's really cool. Okay. Let's just leave our wax here. Let's leave it to cool. Once it starts becoming opaque and thick, like a thick paste or like a thick puree, then we can start whipping it with our hand mixer. Okay, you guys, in the meantime of waiting, now that my wax has set a little bit, I've weighed out 8 grams of chocolate cinnamon scent, which I'm going to add to this whipping here. I'm going to give it a good stir. I'm going to scent the whipping, it's kind of nice. You want to add the scent, especially if it's cooled down a bit, because if it's too hot, it's just going to evaporate. So I added approximately 10% to the wax here, and yeah, I added it at approximately 60 degrees Celsius, which is the best. This is what I usually do. And let's just keep stirring it so we incorporate the scent well. There we go. Now we just leave it to set properly. Okay, you guys, it looks like our wax is quite ready here. As you can see, it's quite thick. Just gonna scrape the sides. Okay, so I think we can be ready to whip. Gonna grab my hand mixer here. Okay, you guys, so our wax is ready. I'm just gonna grab my spoon here. I'm just gonna hold it a bit just to warm it up, because it's a little bit cold. I don't want to shock the wax. Okay, just gonna scrape the edges. It's really good, really good. There we go. Just gonna grab my piping bag. Wonderful, perfect. So I got a little bit of wax on top here, but that's fine. We can always scrape it off. I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter here on the sides, because once we start closing, we can't do that. Just gonna put a little bit in here just to give them a bit. let's start piping. We don't want to work too slow here. I'm just gonna pipe the inner circles first here. Great, and then we're gonna start piping it on the sides here. Perfect. And then the inside. And now we move inwards. Okay, let's just continue here on the top. Just give it a little bit extra here on the sides as well. There we go. Just working a little bit fast here. I don't want it to set in my bag. Get it all out, you guys. Perfect. I'm just gonna get my sprinkles here as well. Just going to sprinkle it all over here. Other side. There we go. You want to do this before it all sets. Okay. Now let's start decorating. These are a little bit too vulgar, so I'm going to snap them. I'm going to grab a knife. Just going to give it a split here. Now we have one piece. Just gonna put one here. Split the other one as well. Give it a little bit of a crisscross here. Let's put an orange here at the back. Let's not leave it to stick up too much. Now we're going to put our starries here as well. Let's not forget them. How cute is that, you guys? And really, we can actually just decorate the candle with some pieces here and there. Cool. How cute. Okay. Just do it the back as well. I think the back is also important. Perfect. All right, you guys, so let's just cut the wig. Now let's add some little pearls here. They are so decorative. I'm just going to shoot them on there in between my fingers so I don't touch the wax. And let's not forget our glitter sparkle. That's just gonna lift everything up here. And it gives it a little bit of a look like you've done a meringue and you've torched it a little bit. It's really nice. there you go, guys. Lovely, absolutely, and smells absolutely lovely as well. Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow I'm going to post another video, so please follow me, like, subscribe to my channel if you like what I do, and yeah, keep following me. Bye.